Mad cow disease was discovered last month in Washington state. Today in Amarillo, effects of the disease take a toll on the livestock auction. That's tonight's top story.
Classes are canceled today at one area school after a carbon monoxide scare.
And the Amarillo area felt lows below zero this morning, but a warm-up is on the way. Details in your Storm Track 10 Supercast. Thank you for joining us today. 4 News at 6. I'm Walt Howard.
And I'm Carrie King. Tonight's top story, the impact of mad cow disease is felt right here at home. Officials with the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced discovery of the disease last month in a cow in Washington state. Days later, it was confirmed by British scientists. Now, this is the only cow in the U.S. to test positive for the degenerative brain disease. And today, officials confirmed the cow did come from into the U.S. from Canada. Tonight, the effect of mad cow disease is taking a toll on the Amarillo livestock auction. Continuing tonight's top story coverage, we join News Channel 10's Natalie Brooks live.
Thanks, Walt. Well, normally on Tuesday mornings, you would see 5,000 to 6,000 cattle running around at the stockyards in Amarillo. Although that was not the case this morning, local cattle officials are keeping their heads up.
We're not scared to be in the cattle business. We're proud of it, and these people need to know it.
Tuesday's auction started off with a little pep talk from owner Joe Bell. This was the first one to take place in Amarillo since mad cow was found in the U.S., and the numbers took a significant hit.
Normally, right after the first of the year, you could see 5,000 to 6,000 cattle running right here at the stockyards in Amarillo. Today, we sell between 500 and 600, so you can see that it has really affected the number of cattle coming to market.
Bell says this is because people aren't sure what the cattle are worth.
I would say that this week is the wait and see week. Wait and see what the market is going to do.
In the last 2 weeks, Bell says they've lost approximately 20% of the value of an animal.
But also in the last 2 weeks, we've seen us find some stability. We've turned that corner, and it looks like now that we're headed back to the other direction.
With news today that the infected cow was born in Canada, local officials hope the U.S. cattle market will start to recover quickly. Walt, back to you.
News Channel 10's Natalie Brooks reporting live. Thank you, Natalie. To ease consumer confidence, the government will kill more than 400 calves in a herd that has an offspring of the infected cow. Officials say all the calves have to be destroyed because the calf born to the sick cow was not tagged and cannot be identified. Officials say mad cow disease cannot be spread from cow to cow, but they cannot rule out the possibility the disease could be transmitted from mother to calf. The director of the Washington Beef Commission says she's glad the government is ensuring the safety of the beef supply. Well, the worst of this cold weather is over as warmer weather is headed our way.
Well, that's good news. It was brutal today. With the details, let's join Storm Track 10 Chief Meteorologist Dave Oliver live in the Weather Lab.
Howdy, guys. It has been a long time since it was as cold as it was this morning in Amarillo, but I think the coldest part of the system is kind of behind us. It'll be a nippy night tonight, then we start a slow warm-up tomorrow. But right now we're looking at Arctic air that is pushed all the way deep into Texas. Notice how San Antonio, Dallas, they're in the 30s right now. We're hovering about 29, and the further north you go, just the lower and the lower the temperatures get. Did not even get above freezing in parts of Montana now. So it looks like over the next couple days, this cold air is going to start to work its way off to the east, and southwest winds will start to warm us up. But it will be another cold night. We're already below freezing. I think we won't be quite as cold as last night. Start to pick up a south wind, about 10 to 20. A few high clouds coming in. So I think we won't get down to the negative numbers tonight, but still going to be cold for one more night. And we'll talk more about that warm-up and your guaranteed forecast here in just a few minutes. Right now, back to the news desk.
All right, Dave, thank you. We will see you then. Testimony continues today in the trial of an Amarillo man accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend.
Police believe 72-year-old James Richard Ritchie stabbed 51-year-old Kathy Sue Snelson to death in June of last year at the Horseshoe Club. New tonight, Snelson's new boyfriend takes the stand. The witnesses testified that Snelson and Ritchie had broken up and were arguing before the murder. If convicted, Ritchie faces life in prison. Police say that Ritchie was no bill during a homicide investigation in 1999. In that case, the death was ruled self-defense.
An Amarillo police officer is forced to shoot a dog while serving a warrant this morning. It happened just after 9:30 at the 3 Fountain Apartments. Police say shooting the dog was a split-second decision.
In this case, where they're basically in a parking lot and the dog leaves its owner and comes towards the officer, it's just like somebody having a gun. You can't wait till they fire a gun off or fire a round off to determine is it a real gun or are they just playing or what, because you don't know what the dog's going to do as well.
The officer was not injured and will be investigated by the Firearms Review Board, which is department procedure anytime a firearm is discharged. The animal was shot once in the chest and is undergoing treatment.
Students at Amarillo's Bible Heritage Christian School are sent home for the day after a carbon monoxide scare this morning. News Channel 10's Christy Bertolino joins us from the Newsroom Live Center. Christy.
That's right. Students and faculty got quite a scare this morning in what fire officials are calling a very rare occurrence. When they arrived on scene just after 8:30, they found the principal suffering from signs of carbon monoxide exposure. 3 teachers were also taken to Northwest in non-critical condition. But officials say they're glad the carbon monoxide was caught as early as it was.
Carbon monoxide is very, at high levels is very lethal and it make you very, very sick, as we found with some of the teachers here, and, be tougher on kids because they are smaller.
Students and faculty were isolated in the gym until parents could come pick up their children. Now I'm told all 3 teachers hospitalized were treated and released. Now administrators say carbon monoxide levels have returned to normal. The school should be safe and ready to open again tomorrow morning. Carrie.
News Channel 10's Christy Bertolino reporting live. Thanks. Fire officials say finding carbon monoxide in a school is very rare because of the size and ventilation of the building. Well, the fire department is called to more than 100 carbon monoxide runs every year. That's why officials say carbon monoxide detectors in your home are just as important as smoke detectors. And it's important to know the signs of someone who's been exposed to carbon monoxide.
Dizziness, headache, nausea, achiness, drowsiness, all of those are symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning, early symptoms.
One tip to minimize the risk of carbon monoxide exposure, officials say not to use your stove or oven for heating. The lawsuit over the rights to the musical drama Texas is finally over.
Next on News at 6, see the details of this settlement and how it will affect the show.
But straight ahead, Storm Track 10 Chief Meteorologist Dr. Dave Oliver details warmer weather headed your way. You're watching News Channel 10, your news channel.
You're watching News Channel 10, News at 6, with the area's most experienced news team. With Walt Howard, Terry King, weather with Doppler Dave Oliver, and Jason Zielinski, sports. This newscast is closed captioned for the hearing impaired.
Dizziness and frequent falls are symptoms of balance disorder. The Balance Center at Northwest Texas Healthcare System offers help. Call 806-354-1774.
Sometimes it's watching the game with the guys or a get-together with the girls. Whatever the occasion, Haverty's has the comfortable styles to suit all needs. Haverty's Floor Sample Sale. A wide variety of styles at great low prices. Plus, no payments and no interest for 1 year. Haverty's makes it home.
Gonna take you for a ride on a hot Texas night, getting ready. Loving your Ford keeps you coming back for more, so steady. 'Cause Ford and Texas, go hand in hand. Look again, my friend, you won't need all the rest. Ford is the best in Texas. Ford is the best in Texas.
Ready for an amazing deal from Pizza Hut? Get a meat lovers or veggie lovers pizza for $8.99. And you don't get some skimpy one-topping pizza. You get it the Pizza Hut way with lots of toppings. And I mean lots of toppings.
Wow, now that is a lot of toppings.
Yep. Practically every meat on the planet or every veggie in the garden. Who else but Pizza Hut piles it on like this for just $8.99? So come on now, gather around the good stuff.
What has Kel Seliger done for you lately? As city commissioner and mayor of Amarillo, he helped cut property taxes by almost a third, reduced crime, and helped bring in 18,000 new jobs. Businessman, family man, hands-on community leader. Kel Seliger got things done in the mayor's office. Now he'll get it done in the state senate. a proven conservative who is committed to improving our local quality of life. For our families, for our future, you can count on Cal.
Doppler Dave's Kid Picks is sponsored by Family Photo.
Brought to you by Toot and Totem Car Care Center, home of Amarillo's original towel-dried car wash.
Storm Track 10 Chief Meteorologist Doppler Dave Oliver has the AMS Seal of Approval, the industry's most prestigious award. And when you're away from your TV, listen for Doppler Dave's Supercast on Amarillo's Country 97.9 KGNC FM, News Talk 710 KGNC AM, and Amarillo's Classic Hit Station 100.9 The Eagle.
Do you want a chance to win some money? Dave knows how.
Yeah, well, what I've got here today these are the cards that came in today for the Guaranteed
Just
Forecast
today's
contest.
mail.
Probably about 150 of them there. So
awesome.
we're gonna chunk them in. I'm gonna let you mix those up in a few minutes.
Okay.
But we're taking new cards, so if you haven't sent one in yet, here's the address you want to send those to, the Guaranteed Forecast, Box 10, 79105. Remember, one per person, got to be 18 to win the Guaranteed Forecast, but send in the card and you can join the fun, the flair, the festivity of the Guaranteed Forecast. We have fun with that every day. Not too fun outside today. It's cold out there. Temperatures starting to drop off again. We're at 27, and boy, we got a lot of nighttime to go. Winds are also starting to pick up out of the southeast there, about 10 to 15. That's going to be the main problem tonight. We're not going to be quite as cold on the thermometer, but the wind chill is definitely going to be a problem. Air is pretty dry, our humidity 42%, and the pressure's been pretty high with this cold, dense Arctic air just kind of pressing down on us. The pressure's 30.44, but beginning to drop off a little bit. Let's go to our high and low for today. High today was only 30 degrees. You might say, man, we didn't even hit freezing, but you know, it's really pretty respectable when you look at where we started off. We came from 1 degree below zero this morning. That is not a record. The record is 11 below, but this is the coldest morning we've had in several years. Have to go all the way back to 1996 on February 4th of that year. We got down to -3, so we're just short of 8 years since it's been this cold at -1. So no doubt about it, we're still socking away the chili. We had a couple bowls last night. Hopefully you have some leftovers, you know. A couple more bowls tonight, get that internal burn going, kind of keep you warm on another cold, wintry night. It's also time for Kid Picks. Do you have a kid in your house that likes to draw weather pictures? They're all over the place. Every kid likes to draw. So get out the markers, the crayons, the paints, whatever, and draw me a weather picture. Send it in. I'll try to get yours on next Tuesday. But here tonight we have a picture from Valerie Pointer. She's a 6th grader out at Spring Creek school out there pretty close to Borger. In fact, she drew her schoolhouse there, made a neat little smiley face there with the windows and the doors, but also drew something we need desperately, and that is some rain or something wet falling from the sky. A little thunder shower on top of Spring Creek right there. Valerie, we appreciate your picture. You win the Cute Kid Portrait Package over at Family Photo, and you kids keep those pictures coming in. Here's some low temperatures across the area. Definitely a morning for the long handles and the malto meal. You can bet this morning I had to head out about 6 o'clock. I go to an early morning Bible study on Tuesdays. Had the head covered up, had the gloves on, several layers on. I still got cold out there. -1 here in Amarillo. A lot of negative numbers. There's -1 at Dalhart, -2 up towards Guyman and Liberal, Spearman and Perryton coming in with -1. Pampa also down to -1, and you know it's cold when Childress gets down there in the single numbers. 6 degrees, that's the coldest you guys have had in a long time. We also had 0 all the way down to Dimmitt. Warmest on the map this morning was a steamy 7 degrees. That was out towards Clovis, but we all started off in the deep freeze. This afternoon, thanks to a full day of sunshine, you know, we still didn't quite make it up to freezing, but we made 30 in Amarillo. Out to the east, temperature stuck in the 20s. Shamrock, kind of the cool spot today, a high of 25. It is beginning to warm up slowly in the western fringe. That's where the warm trend is going to come from, kind of from west to east. Now, the good thing tonight, it's not going to be quite as cold. A couple of reasons. We're going to have a little blanket of high clouds moving in. That always helps out. Plus, it looks like the south wind is going to pick up. That's going to keep the air stirred up just a little bit, so we won't radiate as much. But, you know, the downside to that, you throw in a 10 to 20 mile an hour wind, and temperatures in the teens, well, it's going to feel as cold as it did, even though the actual thermometer reading won't be quite as cold. Arctic Express is pushed all the way off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico. They're having a cold day down close to, say, San Antonio. It's only 37 degrees. Of course, the further north you go, the colder it gets. The core of this baby is up here to the north where temperatures did not get above freezing, or did not get above zero, that is, in parts of Montana. But this blob of cold air is not going to sit here forever. It's going to start to work on off the east starting tomorrow. If you live in our eastern counties, you'll stay cool for another day, but we'll start to warm up. Jet stream will start to come out of the northwest. The next couple of cool fronts are going to be pretty wimpy compared to this last one that went through. Thursday, we have one coming through. We'll still make the 50s, and then Sunday, a stronger front. But behind that, hey, we'd take 40s, you know, today, so it won't be too strong there over the weekend. Tonight, I think we'll level off around 15, start to come up again in the morning. So when you wake up about 18 degrees, there's that south wind that'll blow, and we'll start to warm from west to east. 41 at midday, and we're looking for 52 here in Amarillo. But again, there'll be pretty good range in temperatures depending on whether you're on the west or east side of the area. Guarantee for tomorrow is 52, and our guarantee for today, well, I shot a little high. We had that reinforcement come in, so we had to back off, and the temperatures didn't quite get within 3. Here in a few moments, I'll pull a card. We'll try to give away $70. Still cold tonight, but not as bad. Teens for most of us, about 15 in Amarillo, and then for tomorrow, very cold in the morning, a little better in the afternoon. Look for a high of about 52. Here in the Supercast, we're going to finish out the week with temperatures in the 50s, and the next front on Tuesday, or Sunday that is going to cool us off a little bit, but chance of snow kind of dropping out, so staying dry at the same time. Here's the guaranteed forecast card. We'll read in a few minutes.
Okay, and we'll whip those up again here in just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Changes are in store for Texas legacies. Find out why.
And a federal court rules over controversial Texas redistricting legislation. That decision is next on News Channel 10, your news channel.
Come indoors for the guaranteed real deal. 1998 Ford Contour reduced to $39.50. That's well below book value.
45th of Georgia.
At Papa John's, we couldn't think of a better way to celebrate our 20th anniversary than by giving you a Papa John's pizza for free. For 20 days only, order any large Papa John's specialty pizza at regular menu price, like our new Hawaiian barbecue or the works, and get a large one-topping pizza free. Buy one, get one free.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Our social and spiritual values are under attack. Prayer was taken out of school. The right to life of the unborn is no longer secure. Traditional marriage and the 10 Commandments are under challenge. Who will defend our values? Kirk Edwards. A devoted family man, Kirk Edwards believes that freedom, liberty, and life are God-given gifts. Kirk Edwards will stand up for traditional marriage, the 10 Commandments, prayer in school, and the sanctity of life. Kirk Edwards. Our values, our best choice for Texas Senate.
We were wondering if it wouldn't be a huge inconvenience to throw this in a microwave for us. Oh. Microwave popcorn.
We only have 2 microwaves. They're both full.
Their microwaves are so busy. Busy making burgers. Maybe these are so microwaved that if I just put this in here. Yeah.
Non-nuked burgers. Sonic's got them, others don't. Get a made-to-order brown bag special. 2 classic burgers, 2 large fries or tater tots, and 2 drinks for $6.49. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
The promotion, a new title, a bigger paycheck, better days ahead. Your hard work paid off, and so did that extra confidence from getting rid of your gray hair with Just for Men hair color. Its vitamin formula rejuvenates your hair and energizes you with a natural look in 5 easy minutes. When you feel confident, it shows. Just for Men, the Rejuvenator.
Details are released today in the settlement over rights to the musical drama Texas. This week, the Texas Panhandle Heritage Foundation agreed to pay the Paul Green Foundation $300,000 in exchange for rights to the show. Officials say it's a decision that's good for both sides.
Everybody's very excited about what's going on and the fact that it's settled. I mean, everybody believes this is the mark and the omen of a great new year.
Bertrand says the settlement will allow the Texas Panhandle Heritage Foundation to change up the show every couple years. A 3-judge federal panel today upholds the new GOP-backed congressional redistricting plan for Texas. Texas currently has 17 Democrats and 15 Republicans in the U.S. House. The new map would add Republican seats. The Democrats say the districts were unfair to minorities. Today, the federal court endorses the updated plan. Democrats are expected to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. Battling over redistricting is a heated one. Legislators came to an agreement in October after 2 legislative walkouts and 3 special sessions.
The 4th and 5th grade classes at Rolling Hills Elementary near Amarillo have been sending cards and letters to soldiers in Iraq. Today, one of the soldiers returned the favor. Sergeant Kevin Lawrence presented a United States flag that he has carried with him across the country in a Black Hawk to the school. Sergeant Lawrence says he will continue the tradition with his other favorite flag.
I have a Texas flag over there. That's my baby. I don't let it out of my sight. I left it in my tent for the other 2 Texans that I live with. But, you know, being an American is a beautiful thing. As well we all know, it's the most beautiful country in the world. And I kept it with me to always remind me that we're doing this because we made a promise to the American people.
Sergeant Lawrence adds that it is very important to return something to people who have shown so much support for the troops. Alex Rodriguez will be a Ranger next season, but Juan Gonzalez will not. Find out where Juan Gone has landed.
And 2 more Gorillas are added to this year's CHL All-Star team. Jason tells you who next in sports.
On Wall Street today, the NASDAQ held on to its gains in an otherwise mixed trading session. The NASDAQ rose 10 points, while the Dow fell 5. Now here's a look at local stocks on News Channel 10, your news channel.
Don is a conservative, he's a businessman.
He knows the oil and gas industry. Don Sparks knows how to create jobs.
It's important for the farm and ranch industry to have a man like Don Sparks in Austin.
He's a leader. There's no question about that.
Don's pro-life, and that's important to me.
You can believe in what Don tells you.
As a teacher, I know that Don Sparks is committed to education.
I don't believe he has ever lost sight of what's truly important.
I believe in Don Sparks. I'm for Don Sparks, 100%.
Announcing KFC's big $1.99 one-day-only sale. On Wednesday only, get a chicken fried steak meal for only $1.99. Now you can feed a family of 4 for less than $8. Fill up on mashed potatoes, coleslaw, biscuit, and that delicious gravy-covered chicken fried steak. A perfect low-cost way to feed the entire family that traditional KFC taste. It's a complete, satisfying meal served hot and fresh for only $1.99. Offered good all day, lunch, or dinner only at KFC's in Amarillo, Borger, Canyon, Dumas, and Pampa.
Maybe you won't retire. Maybe your children won't go to college. You might not start a family. The future is up to you. Your Modern Woodman representative can provide advice and financial products to help you move in the right direction. Is a fraternal organization that enriches families, communities, and provides financial services right for you?
Modern Woodman of America.
Touching lives, securing futures.
I thought I was prepared for everything, but I wasn't prepared for Jimmy to flush his sister's ragdoll down the toilet and then use a hammer and a screwdriver to fix the situation. Payday's not till next Friday, but we needed a new toilet yesterday.
With Check and Go branches across the country, our cash advances can help you make it to your next payday. Call ahead for quicker service and walk out with money in hand.
Thanks to Check and Go, we once again can go.
Check and Go.
Because payday is days away.
Cash or charge?
Here you go. It's all on the wrist. How about that one?
You know it's January when you're maxed out.
It's platinum.
That's why Domino's gives you a deal when you need it most. Call Domino's now to order a large one-topping pizza for $9.99 and get an order of Cinesticks free. That's a large one-topping pizza for just $9.99 and free Cinesticks. Get the door. It's Domino's.
News Channel 10 Sports with Jason Zielinski.
Good evening. For the first time in Amarillo hockey history, the Amarillo Gorillas will be sending 3 players plus a broadcaster to this year's CHL All-Star Game. Today, Derek Hahn, the team's leading scorer with 18 goals, named as a Southern Conference reserve. Last year's League Rookie of the Year joins teammates Sean DeGagne and Mark DeSantis, who were voted as starters to the Midwinter Classic last week. Joining the trio on the ride to Albuquerque will be the voice of the Gorillas, Dennis J. Puska. Puska named today to the 3-man All-Star broadcast team. But first things first, Puska and the first-place boys are in San Angelo tonight to skate with the second-place Saints. The puck will drop at just after 7. To football, the New Mexico Class 1A champs from Texaco dominate this year's AP All-State team. Offensive lineman Bryce Bailey and Jared Curtis are members of the first-team offense, joined by running back Mark Peabody. Over half the Wolverines' defense, who allowed only 19 points all season long, are on the first-team defense. Bailey, Curtis, and Peabody are all staters on both sides of the ball. They are joined by Joe Zanowski. Easy for me to say. I'm a Zelensky, and I can't even pronounce it. Linebacker Logan Brown and defensive back Jesse Serrano. Congratulations to all those guys. To hoops, and here's the latest Texas girls high school basketball poll. In 5A, the Lady Sandies move up 2 spots to 10th. For the first time all season, we have a representative in 4A. Hereford debuts at 19th. Canyon remains first in 3A with Borger entering the poll at 16th. Canadian stays put at 8th in 2A. Headley holds on to the top spot in 1A Division II. Nazareth and Happy aren't too far behind. And Stratford and Farwell round out the group in Division I. We'll have the boys' rankings tonight on Nightcast. Also tonight at 10, highlights of the marquee matchup of the night on the hardwood. Exactly 1 month ago, the state-ranked ladies from Canyon and Amarillo High met in the finals of the Gene Messer Tournament of Champions. The Lady Eagles leaving the court with trophy in hand after a 56-32 decision. Tonight, it's a rematch at Sandyland. The top team in 3A bouncing it with the 10th-ranked team in 5A. Should be a good one. We'll have highlights right here. To baseball in June, he turned down a trade to go to the Montreal Expos. Today, free agent and former Ranger Juan Gonzalez agreeing to hit home runs for the Kansas City Royals. Gonzo signing a 1-year deal for $4.5 million. The 34-year-old played 82 games with Texas last season, hitting .294 with 24 home runs and 70 RBIs. Ironically, the day after Pete Rose admits to gambling on baseball, the newest class of the Baseball Hall of Fame is announced. Paul Molitor and Dennis Eckersley are headed to Cooperstown. The two have been elected in their first year of eligibility. Molitor ranks 8th on baseball's career hit list with 3,319. Over his 21-year career, mostly with the Brewers and Twins, he batted .306. Eckersley, who is 3rd on the career saves list, joins Hoyt Wilhelm and Raleigh Fingers as the only pitchers who were primarily relievers elected to the Hall by the Baseball Writers Association of America. The class of 2004 will be enshrined on July 25th. One other note of interest, Mike Zimmer, the Cowboys defensive coordinator, is staying put today. That announcement today, 1 day after he met with Nebraska for their head coaching job.
All right, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Another check out your Storm Track 10 Supercast straight ahead on News at 6 on News Channel 10.
School finance reform. One candidate is ready. Bob Barnes.
I'll fight to end Robin Hood and oppose any income tax. I'll cut waste and reduce the number of bureaucrats and any unnecessary administrators.
Barnes' plan will put millions in savings back into the classroom and increase pay for our best teachers.
And I won't quit until parents have the right to choose the public school their child attends.
Bob Barnes, Republican for State Senate, a West Texan for West Texas.
What's it take to make something grow? Planting at the right place at the right time, providing what's needed to promote growth, and then, given enough time, you see the results of your work. That's the formula we use at the People's Federal Credit Union. The right place, the right time, and the services you want and need. Services like savings accounts with higher rates, home loans, and no service charge checking. And to serve you better, come see our newest location at Coulter and Hillside. The People's Federal Credit Union. Come see how you can grow with us.
In 1977, an idea was planted. One day, it would lead to high-speed internet access, streaming video, and sharing digital photographs. It's been 25 years now. Today, SBC companies supply more people with high-speed DSL than anyone else in America. Obviously, the idea grew. SBC, going beyond the call.
Wow, I wanted to warm up. It was just too bitter this morning.
Yeah, I think we've paid our dues.
I think so.
We're due some warmer weather. That'll start to happen tomorrow. But another cold night tonight. Not down into the negative numbers, but we'll kind of level off in the mid-teens with pretty good south wind blowing, so we'll have some pretty cold wind chills overnight. Tomorrow, sunny, breezy, and warmer, especially out west. Clovis and Portales, upper 50s. Here for Amarillo, about 52. But in the eastern part of the area, going to be tough to get out of the 40s there, so kind of warm from west to east here tomorrow. In the Supercast, things look good for the rest of the week. We should be riding in the 50s, I think, into the weekend. Next cold front coming in Sunday. We're hoping to get a little snow out of this one. Doesn't look like that's holding together, but we'll cool off a little bit, upper 40s for a couple days, and then 50s again towards about Tuesday. Now the name we drew in the Guaranteed Forecast contest, Brenda Chandler. Give us a call at 383-1010.
All right, Dave.
Thank you for joining us today for News at 6. Enjoy your programming here on News Channel 10 this evening, and we will see you back here tonight at 10 for Nightcast.